Well, hello, General Hospital Daily Recap fans. Today's daily recap is for Monday, April the 29th, 2024. Monday, April the 29th. And we had some movement today. All right, some. Okay, first and foremost, we have, let's start with Valentine. He goes to see Jack Brennan, and guess who greets him at the sign-in book? In the front, all unaccompanied by guards, could walk out the door at any time, but Brennan, he walks Valentine back to his office he's using at whim, probably can use the phone at whim. And Valentine says, well, isn't this cozy for you? You're able to walk freely anywhere you want without a guard present. And Brennan is like, yep, there are perks. Okay. So anyway, they discussed the fact that, Brennan is telling him that be careful, Anna's smart. She's going to figure out his connection. Valentine's like, nope, I know how to handle Anna. He also says, I see nothing has happened to Sonny Corinthos. He's still in Pikeman's way. He says, however, the whole messing with him, his meds, he's only on a fourth of his prescription. That was genius. And Valentine says, yeah, he's getting more volatile by the day. And he goes, but Jason Morgan is an issue. They did some digging. They don't know how his cover documents, his persona, his fake ID is impeccable. He said, someone with a lot of influence, some agency with a lot of influence, or some organization can get those kind of documents. And Brennan said, look, it's probably ones that begin with, that have only three letters. Take your pick. So Valentina said, no, they're going to get rid of Jason, but have Sonny framed for getting rid of Jason. And because Sonny is so volatile, that's exactly what's going to happen. We also have Anna goes to see Jason, and she's telling him about her vulnerabilities where Valentine is concerned. She goes, I don't feel I can be impartial. Isn't that interesting? She wants Jason to take the lead in questioning Valentine because she is compromised. Yet she wants to force Molly to prosecute her own uncle, her sister's father. So no, Anna, no. Oh, you compromised. I don't want to do it. But you expect Molly to woman up. Oh, please. So Brennan comes in talking all crazy like he is running the show. And Jason is like, because he goes, the Pikeman investigation has been stalled because you're busy buying hotels for Carly Corinthos. That's got to stop. And Jason just looks at him. He goes, well, there's going to be movement with the Pikeman investigation because it's slow right now. You better pick it. Oh, and he just barking orders. And Anna's just standing there like a deer with headlights on because in that operation, the FBI trumps her with whatever she wants to do with Jason because this is a national sting operation, right? Anna can only take precedence or jurisdiction when something happens in Port Charles. That's a police matter. Plus, she doesn't want to tip her hand that she's got Jason working on another assignment for her and with her. So anyway, Kate's just got on my nerve. I fast forwarded it, but he was in the Metro Court early, questioning Carly's hostess, saying, "Is Jason Morgan around? Do you know where Jason Morgan is?" And I thought, what kind of stupid question is that? And she goes, "I'm sorry, sir, we can't give out private information on our guest, even though guess what? Jason isn't staying at the Metro Court. Jason is staying up over Bobby's. But see, Kate doesn't know where Jason is staying. Although you're such a good FBI agent, you can't follow him home after work. You'll see him go right to Bobby's. So anyway, Carly comes over, and She goes, oh, Agent Capes, what can I do for you? Oh, I just came to see the new owner of the Metro Court. She goes, well, you found her. That's me. And then she goes, well, but co-owner of the Metro Court. And he had the nerve to grill her on, uh, he heard Jason Morgan bought her, her that half of the whole her bought her half of the hotel and gave it back. And she goes, yep, that's right. He goes, but yet I understand you wanted to get it back for yourself. And she goes, well, I sure did. She goes, a number of people have offered to buy it for me. My ex-husband, my son, Sonny, Michael, and someone else. Forget who. Oh, she goes, and Nina in her backhanded way, right? And she goes, so yeah, no, I want to get it back on my own. He goes, but yet you would happily take it from Jason Morgan. So much for your pride. And I thought, oh, see, oh, your independence. And she goes, I took it from Jason for Jason. And he goes, what kind of sense does that make? She said, for one thing, Jason feels that if he were here, I never would have gotten into the trouble I got into. I never would have had to sell my half of the hotel. So this was his way of setting things right, making things right. She goes, I took it for him. This makes him feel better. So there you have it. And he just looks at her with those fake blue contacts because nobody's eyes are that blue, especially at his age. So he looks at her and says, well, you look happy. I know when we spoke, you told me just how much this hotel really means to you. So now we have Drew. Drew has Michael and Willow in his office, and he offers Willow a spokesperson position for a nonprofit. And it has to do with stem cells and bone marrow transplants. And he feels she would be perfect for it. She's seriously thinking about it. And of course, we know she's going to take it. But isn't it interesting? Willow was a nurse. We needed more nurses at GH. We actually need more doctors at GH. It's called General Hospital. She's going to stop nursing because the hours are too long, which they do have long double shifts. But anyway, she should have thought about that. You went into nursing sick with leukemia. But anyway, so she's going to think about it. But let's face it, she's going to take it. Then Nina comes barging in on the meeting. Oh, I I didn't know you were here. And Michael and Willow stand up saying we were just leaving anyway. And so they just walk right by Nina. And she's looking, and she looked at Drew. She go, and the door shuts. They shut the door. She goes, Willow barely said a word to me. But did you notice? She gave me part of a smile. And it was really one of those, kind of cordial you do to anybody. Could have been Drew's secretary that they were passing, one of those. She goes, you think I should call her? Or is that too much? Should I text her? Should I reach out? And he goes, I think you need to leave Willow alone and let Willow make the first move. So Nina is all up in his face. So do you think about, so what's the plan for revenge? And he goes, revenge against what? Against Carly and Jason for what they did to us. And she's pretty much almost pressed up against him to say that, right? And he goes, no, I don't want no part of revenge. And then she goes, but then do you want this? And she kisses him and, he pulls back and he goes to the door. She goes, you can't handle it, Drew? So Drew locks the door, goes over, and of course, they start taking each other's clothes off. And he clears the table. So instead of hitting the rug burn, she's going to have table burn right there in the office. Hopefully tomorrow, Carly walks in on them. So now we have, actually, I'm almost done. Oh, this was crazy. Okay. Ava has the nerve to go to Pentonville to see Nicholas, saying, I'm hearing you're going to be transferred soon, and I wanted to see you before you left. Why on earth would she want to see him before he leaves? And he says, did you miss me? What, do you miss me? She says, no, I just wanted to see you off. How are things going in here? And then, of course, she made sure the topic of her living with Sonny, the topic of, you know, it was out of necessity, but then, Sonny and Nina broke up, and he goes, oh, it was out of necessity, but you're still there now. He says, so you and Sonny, what's that relationship like? Oh, we're getting closer. He goes, okay, something is up. Nicholas was spot on with it. And she goes, I shouldn't be talking to Sonny about, about this with you. Sonny and I's relationship, it's been volatile and I'm happy the way it is. And she has the nerve to go in and on telling Nicholas everything, that Sonny's medication has been tampered with, she found out. And she's happy that now everybody that kind of snubbed her, she was always on the outside looking in with the threat of Sonny taking Avery away at any given moment. And now I'm the one Sonny looks for comfort and advice. And Nicholas is looking at it. And he says, oh, and you love that, don't you? You love the fact that you're deep in his orbit. And she goes, yes, I understand his world. And she says something else. So no, things are working very well. And so he said, what did he say when you let him know his medication is being tampered with? And she looked at him and he goes, Ava, you did tell Sonny, right? I'm looking after him. Hello, Morgan doesn't come to mind, right? She goes, no, I'm looking after him. I need to find out who's done this first. And Nicholas is like, and still, let's say you find out who did this a while from now. And Sonny finds out how long you've known that his medications have been tampered with, and you did not tell him. Ava, that's a dangerous thing because Sonny's volatile. And she goes, you sound like you care. I know what I'm doing. I've got everything under control. And she gets up, and I thought, okay, good. It's going to bite you and bite you so well. There was absolutely no, and he said, oh, you're afraid that you and Sonny are getting along so well. It's because his medications are being tampered with. If he were at full strength in his right mind, he doesn't think of you that way. And you don't want uh, to lose him, right? And she just looks, oh, I have everything under control and I know what I'm doing. So then it goes to, last but not least, Christina's jogging in the park and she's really exercising and the baby starts kicking and kicking. And she's like, oh, whoa, okay, let me sit down for a minute. So she puts her little hand weights down and she sits down and Dex walks up and he goes, Christina, are you okay? Because she's leaning back going like, woo. And she goes, yes. It's just the baby was kicking a lot while I was exercising. She goes, I'm fine. He goes, oh, okay, because if there's anything I could do for you, take you to the hospital. She goes, nope, I'm fine. And so she goes, well, I'm actually happy that I ran into you. I have something to ask you. And she tells him what Jocelyn told her about Cyrus Renault. And he says, I shouldn't be talking to you about this. And she says, I just want to know, is it true? And so Dex says, yeah. And she goes, that is so unlike my dad. And so she says, have you noticed anything in the last few months? Is this, has his personality changed? Is he acting differently? And Dex says, yes, he's more volatile. And she goes, paranoid. And he's like, yeah. She goes, when did you notice this happen? He said, pretty much after the Puerto Rico event, the attempt on his life at the island. He then came back and I really noticed it getting really worse and worse and ramping up. And she goes, okay. So this happened around the time of the island. She's trying to do a timeline. And she goes, thank you for telling me that. And so Jocelyn comes running up. Christina, she sees her talking to Dex. Are you okay, Christina? Oh, Joss. Jesse Joss. You wondering, is Christina okay? Because she's standing up talking to your man that ain't your man. You don't want him to be your man. Even though you know Christina's gay, right? And Christina looked at her and says, yes, I'm fine. Okay, because this looked intense. And she goes, oh, I'm fine. I could take you to the hospital. I'm fine. And she goes, I was just asking Dex is if what you told me is true. And she goes, oh, about that. I really shouldn't have told you like that, or I really shouldn't have even told you at all. And Christina says, well, now I know. And she pretty much says, she's going to take her leave. So Christina leaves, but the funny thing is, she leaves her little exercise bells right there. She walks off with nothing. And I thought, well, that was a little flub up. And then Joss and Dex talk, and she says, oh, now she doesn't have a problem with him being on the force. He goes, really? She goes, I know you're going to be okay. Because in her mind, she's thinking, Jason told me he's going to protect you, but she didn't tell Dex. She goes, I'm okay with it. And then they say something else, really polite. And Dex goes, well, okay. Then she goes, okay, then I'm going to go. They're now making them bump into each other with these little conversations going on. And let's face it, this is going to be May this week. Jocelyn and Dex will be back together again by June. I give it 1 month. Something's probably going to happen with May sweeps. We're already in May sweeps now. It started on April 25th. So the action should really start to ramp up about now. Okay. So now let's go to, well, you know what? Wait a minute. I've covered all the topics. Yes, I have. Okay, so that's it for the daily recap of General Hospital. Now let's go to comment corner, comment corner. I'm going to go from the top down, everybody. Clemmy says Sonny is going to have a get out of jail free card once they find out his meds have been messed with. Merle says, you look beautiful. You look beautiful, comment lady. Thank you, Merle. And Merle also says, are they bringing back uh, Bechtel as Spencer? That was the little young, precocious Spencer. No, he would be too young, even in real life. He's in his late teens now, but the other Spencer was, 22, right around there. So no, he couldn't age enough for that. I mean, he doesn't look that old, right? Um, Even though Emma, now that she's coming into her own, Emma is looking in that age range. So it's just, I don't see the other Spencer being aged enough. And then Merle says, who's doing the horrible writing? Ava should tell Sonny that his medication was tampered with. She sure should have. And Charlotta says, I don't like Laura's tone with Sonny. Look what she did to her grandson's girlfriend. Didn't tell the truth. I know bad behind granddaughter. You know what she did bad advice about, or she didn't take action to her granddaughter. Maybe that's what you mean. Scooby says, I think the writers are deliberately making Sunny into a darker, tougher character. He's more like the old pre-Nixon Falls Sunny. It can even be that they are setting the stage for Maurice Bernard's exit. I know, because remember, everybody, he wants to retire. We just don't know when and how they're going to do it. Claire says Ava is nothing but a snake in the grass. She's just lurking behind doors and corners so she can eavesdrop on Sunny's conversation. She just wants Sunny to feel she is all he's got. I can't recall if Ava delivered those signed divorce papers to Sonny. If TJ doesn't want Christina to be stressed out, he needs to tell his wife not to prosecute her father and let someone else handle the case. He sure should. And I think they just didn't show Ava handing Sonny the papers because they didn't show it. And then Lisa says, my goodness, Gregory is being stubborn. He doesn't want a babysitter, but it would be medical help when he needs it. That is so true. And Lisa also says, I love Nina having a problem with the surgeons in her office, and the same maintenance man will fix it. I think it's funny that Nina knows that Ava played her big time. Carly probably won't give the guy $100 to take his time. No, she won't. Sasha would rather work at the Q's house than the Metro Court. That's a question mark. I know. Except, I guess it'd be more laid back and she'd have more Cody time. Olivia doesn't want a cook hired for the home. Enter Sasha a place to live, which is going to be true. Remember, she needs to move out of where she's at. And I can't see them paying her that much as a cook. So yeah, they'll give her free board. And the user in you says, pretty lady with the hat, I think Nell is coming back. Nell is not coming back, everybody. User in you says, good answer, pretty lady with the hat. The outfit looked good on Carly, and her hair looked great on Friday. Yeah, I like the dress. I saw it again today when they showed her. Nothing wrong with that dress to me. And then user in you says, please let the wedding, please let's get the wedding over. How much longer must we suffer? I know, my goodness, that's the longest wedding in history. Judy says, I know these weddings are so flippin' boring and ongoing forever. Stop it. Just get married already. And user in you says, pretty lady, Avery and Donna will see the painting when their daddy goes to court at City Hall. LOL. Pretty lady, where's Daddy Ned? They showed Ned that one day at Chase's bachelor party. I'm sure we will see Ned again at Brooklyn's wedding. And then user says, I'm still upset with Molly and TJ that they can't have their own baby. Why can't Molly find out she's pregnant before she and TJ's baby is born? That would be nice. Stranger things have happened in soaps. It really has. And then Judy says, and Miss Laura truly needs to get off her high horse. I do not like what's happening with Laura. Lisa says, I can't figure out why they are going so hard on this Get Sunny bandwagon. Anna is because Jaggered, but I think Laura did it because Sunny beat Cyrus up so bad, and then Dex sent Dex to kill him and then changed his mind. It was after Dex went to the station and talked to Anna that started it. Laura decided who she will help. She decides who she will help and who she will throw to the wolves. And she has never been standing up. And she has been standing up for the wrong people lately. Yep. Charlotte, Cyrus, Esme. And she thinks Heather is healed. She will probably be stupid enough to move Heather into hers and Kevin's house after she is released. She will come home and Ace and Heather will be gone. That will serve her right. But poor Ace will have to pay for her ignorance. And then Judy, Excuse me. And then Judy says, Daily Recap Lady, you were funny today. And Angie says, wasn't Laura involved with the Cassadines, Luke Spencer, Scott Baldwin, and another guy who was no better than Sonny? And then there was her granddaughter, Charlotte's dad, Valentine Cassadine, head of pikemen. Well, Laura wasn't involved with Valentine, but they were on a quest um, to save Charlotte. And then Valentine went with Laura to save Spencer and Trina from Victor Cassadine. And as far as Laura being involved with the Cassadines, Laura was involuntarily kidnapped, pretty much, and impregnated and drugged by those Cassadines. Um, so she never was, oh my goodness, I want a Cassadine. No, that was not her. She was kidnapped for years. And then Angie says, I don't want Nina or Carly messing with Ava. Sonny is the one who wants Ava. He kissed her first. And then Angie says, why play Sasha at the Quartermain's kitchen? Is it for Cody? Yep, it'll be for Cody. And Angie says, I think Laura needs to take her meds. Something is definitely off with her. Yes, Laura does have some psych meds going on. Let's see what else we got. Something's off with her. And then T. Dominique says, Dominique says, I really want people to realize Carly is on cloud 9. All her kids are safe, happy and healthy. She got her hotel back in addition to Bobby's. Her ride or die bestie is back. None of those shady Christina and Nina throw at her will get her down. And look, Special Agent Kate's today. That didn't bother her at all. That I sure did take it from Jason. Absolutely. Carly is living her life like it's golden and it pisses them off. LOL. I hope Carly continues to pay them dust. I hope she doesn't even get flustered. Linda says, totally agree. And then Lisa says, Carly's best payback to them is that she's happy and enjoying life. Nina can have Drew and Ava can have Sonny. Carly is just fine without either of those men. And then Judy says to Lisa, I love how she handled Nina the other day. It was awesome. So the only other thing, that's it for Comment Corner because I've run out of time. I do want to address one thing, and I didn't get to that comment, last Comment Corner. Denzel, this is for you. I noticed you tell people, stop coming on my page. You came on my page and made this comment. See, that's how YouTube has you seeing it, but they're actually not on your page. They may be replying to your comment, Denzel, but they're replying to your comment on my page. See, it's on the page with my video. Now, what's happening is if anybody replies to your comment, YouTube sends you a notification and it shows in your page what they said, but they're not looking up Denzel and saying, what did he say about the daily recap and replying. That's not how it's working, Denzel. The way it's working is they're coming, seeing my video, and they could see everybody else's comment. And then when they want to comment on that person's comment, they're not going to your private page. They're still on my page doing that. So I just wanted to clarify and make sure you understand that, because I see in your comments, you keep saying, you came to my page in all caps. Stop coming on my page. It's not your page. They're actually commenting on my page, my daily recap channel. So hopefully that makes some sense. That clarifies some things with you. And I just wanted to bring that out. So that's it, everybody. I will be back tomorrow with another daily recap for General Hospital.